Welcome back to Wealth Creator. There are many ways to create wealth, and someone who's taken a very different path is Matthew Wyatt.
I was working as a roof plumber in Perth. That's hard work by anybody's standards, and just found that was a bit too much like hard work, and so I wanted to actually look at other ways of making money, and saw the stock market as a good option, property, things like that, and found that I bought a few stock market programs, and mostly charting, things like that, to do with technical trading. I have a bit of an understanding of maths, I guess you could say. And what happened is I found that I either didn't have the knowledge or the money to actually get the 10 or 15% returns that I was hoping for and to live off. You know, if you've only got $10,000 or $20,000 in the market, it's hard to live off the returns gained from actually only having that sort of money there. So I looked at other ways of making money, and I was still learning the stock market, of course. I thought being a broker would be a good job. And a friend of mine actually took me down to the racetrack down here in Bundall, and we spent some time there. I was watching horses go by. About 5 minutes later, I was bored. You know, I've got no interest in racing. My family's not interested in racing. I just wasn't keen. Found myself in the bar and looking around, waiting for my friend to sort of finish up betting on the horse. And I thought, why give away money anyway? He wasn't making any money on the day, so I noticed there's heaps of TVs around. They're actually showing all this information on the money that's going in the races, what horses are paying, shortening, things like that. I didn't know any of the jargon that went along with it, and I sort of nudged the bloke next to me and said, well, what's all that information? He just told me. He went through it all and thought, that's pretty interesting. And then I thought back to the technical side of trading in the stock market, and thought, well, this is a huge money market. People are, there's a lot of informed people, a lot of uninformed people, much like the stock market, but there's a lot of informed people putting money into races. So I wanted to have a look at a software program to actually build around it for my own income and own sort of earnings. How the program works is simply by taking in a live data feed of information direct from the TAB. We can identify every dollar on every horse every minute before the race jumps. Based on the principle of a trifecta, which is covering a first, second and third bet, we have the ability to cover up to 60 different trifectas all in one race. It's not another form of gambling, simply because we're actually covering most of the horses in the field. We have very strict guidelines to stick to, and like any professional investor or professional punter, you've got to set certain guidelines. You know, if you're going to buy one of the 2,000 companies in the stock market, that's a hell of a lot of options out there to actually decide, well, I'm going to put my money into that company. So you've got to do your research, you've got to spend your time on it, and you've got to make sure that what you're doing is well thought out and strategized.